Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Liverpool could raid Newcastle United for another big-name player. The Alexander Isak saga dominated the summer window, but more Liverpool and Newcastle United transfer battles could be on the horizon. Isak went on strike at Newcastle before the club eventually let him join the Reds for £125 million. As Isak missed out on having any pre-season, his form for Liverpool has not been great so far, as he is yet to score in 4 Premier League games. Liverpool is also struggling and has lost their last 4 league matches, which has meant that their hopes of retaining the title are becoming slim. The Reds made many big-money signings over the summer, which also included Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, Jeremy Frimpong, and Milos Kerkez. However, these players have not adjusted to life at Anfield well. Arne Slot's side appears to be missing Trent Alexander-Arnold, who joined Real Madrid before the Club World Cup. Who could replace Mohamed Salah at Liverpool? Despite scoring in a 3-2 loss to Brentford yesterday, Mohamed Salah has not been performing at his best this season. The Egyptian is now 33, and Liverpool will need to replace him one day. According to Football Insider, Liverpool are keeping tabs on Antoine Semenyo and Anthony Gordon as they plot yet another mega-money forward signing. Semenyo is a star player for Bournemouth, who has scored 6 goals with 3 assists in 8 Premier League games this campaign. Liverpool signed Kerkez from the Cherries last summer, with the South Coast club becoming a stepping stone for many top players. Newcastle, however, is a team that wants to retain its most talented players. Since the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia took over the club, they have ambitions of competing with the likes of Liverpool. They would be reluctant to let Gordon join Liverpool and would not want a repeat of the Isak saga. Gordon played for Liverpool's academy and is a fan of the club. However, he made his name at their city rivals, Everton. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool and Premier League transfer news, updates, and expert reactions. Our second news is Liverpool eyeing Anthony Gordon as Mohamed Salah replacement. Liverpool have set their sights on Anthony Gordon as an option to replace Mohamed Salah with either in January or in the future. According to Football Insider, Liverpool could be back on Tyneside to plot another raid on Newcastle United, with Anthony Gordon the player in focus. The Merseysiders are eager to explore a move for the 24-year-old as a potential replacement for Mohamed Salah, as an approach is possible either in January or in the future. Anthony Gordon has assumed the role of the main man at Newcastle United following the exit of Alexander Isak in the summer. The winger has been in a good vein of form since the start of the new campaign, although transfer speculation refuses to leave him or his club alone. It appears Liverpool could be back in on Tyneside to plot another raid on a Newcastle United player, with Gordon firmly on their list of potential targets to replace Mohamed Salah. The Merseysiders were keen back in the summer as they explored the market for a Luis Diaz replacement, although there was no chance for the Magpies to let him leave. However, in the future, there's a big chance for Liverpool to make their presence felt in the race, but they are not expected to be alone. Newcastle United have all the power currently with regards to Gordon's future, and will not let him leave easily, certainly not for a low fee in any case. Liverpool's interest in Gordon goes way back, and there might be a case to be had if Newcastle United fail with their objectives this season. However, there's competition in place with the likes of Arsenal, previously linked with a move and are in the mix, while others are also expected to make their presence felt. Liverpool to target a January replacement for Mohamed Salah? There have been rumors that Liverpool could cash in on their Egyptian winger in January after a bout of bad form this term. However, the Reds are not expected to do so, and there's every chance Salah stays at least until the end of the campaign. Liverpool have several names on their list, such as Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo to replace Salah with, while Malik Fofana is also being considered. However, the task in front of them to replace the key star will be mammoth, as Gordon could be a potential solution, while others are also under consideration. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool and Premier League transfer news, updates, and expert reactions. Our third news is Liverpool's 10 loan players graded as Kostas Tsimikas struggles at Roma. Liverpool's 10 players out on loan have been assessed, with mixed performances highlighted, including Kostas Tsimikas, who faces challenges during his stint at Roma. Liverpool has 10 first-team players currently out on loan, with performances ranging from impressive breakthroughs to struggles. The Reds have sent a number of young and fringe players across Europe in search of regular first-team soccer, hoping their development will benefit both the individuals and the club in the long term, and Liverpool.com has been keeping a watchful eye on each loanee. Among those on loan is Kostas Tsimikas, who is struggling at Roma, having been left on the bench for the club's last 2 matches against Inter Milan and Viktoria Plzeň. He started brightly, securing an assist in his first start for the club. But against Lille, he lost the ball in a dangerous area and was subbed at half-time. Another player not having a great time on loan is Harvey Elliott. Elliott has mostly been confined to the bench in Aston Villa's recent matches. The 22-year-old's only Premier League start against Fulham ended with him being substituted at half-time, and he remained an unused substitute against Go-Ahead Eagles. Unai Emery says his lack of game time is due to him still adapting to the style of play. Another player having a nightmare loan spell is Isaac Mabaya, who joined Wigan Athletic early in the window. The 20-year-old defender was stretchered off just 29 minutes into his first senior start during Laddick's League Cup clash against Notts County. He was expected to return to Liverpool. Elsewhere, Vyacheslav Jaros, who joined Ajax on loan over the summer, has secured the starting goalkeeper spot under former Liverpool coach John Heitinga. Despite his strong performances, Ajax has had a frustrating start to the season. The Dutch side remains unbeaten in the Eredivisie but has drawn 4 of its 8 matches and suffered defeats to Inter Milan and Marseille in the Champions League. Another Liverpool goalkeeper gaining valuable experience on loan is Harvey Davies, who will be hoping for an upturn in fortunes during his spell at Crawley Town. The League Two side is currently hovering just a few points above the relegation zone. Davies, however, has made a positive impact, cementing himself as Crawley's first-choice goalkeeper and keeping a couple of clean sheets. His progress suffered a minor setback, though, as a finger injury forced him to miss the recent defeat to Cambridge United. Owen Beck, however, is yet to make his debut for Derby County. The Liverpool defender has yet to make his debut this season after picking up a calf injury during the warm-up against Burton Albion. He missed the latest defeat to QPR as the club is keen not to rush his recovery. Lewis Kumas is yet to secure any goal contributions for Birmingham City despite a previous successful loan spell at Stoke City. Our fourth news is Ibrahima Konate contract deadline emerges as Liverpool set for crunch talks. Ibrahima Konate's Liverpool contract is due to expire next summer, but the Reds are plotting further talks with the players' camp, amid interest from Real Madrid. Liverpool is set for contract talks with Ibrahima Konate during the November international break, with the club viewing the talks as an important indicator as to whether it will be possible to convince the Frenchman to extend his stay at Anfield. As things stand, Konate will become a free agent when his current contract expires at the end of next season, and Real Madrid is reportedly interested in signing the France international. Madrid has made a habit of preying on players' contract situations in recent years, signing Kylian Mbappe, Antonio Rudiger, and David Alaba as free agents before getting Trent Alexander-Arnold for a vastly reduced fee earlier this year, just weeks before his Liverpool deal was due to expire. Konate has established himself as Virgil van Dijk's first-choice partner since the arrival of Arne Slot last summer, but there is concern that he could leave the club for nothing in 2026. There is plenty of uncertainty in the center of Liverpool's defense at the moment. Van Dijk is 34 years old, Konate's contract is winding down, and Joe Gomez almost left the club on deadline day. New signing Giovanni Leone was always likely to be one for the future, but his season-ending injury has left Liverpool light at the back. And the club was denied Mark Gahey after Crystal Palace U-turned on its decision to sell the defender at the 11th hour. With that in mind, keeping Konate is viewed as an important bit of business for Liverpool this season. Rousing the Cop reports that talks between Liverpool and Konate's camp have been deadlocked for several months, and that both parties accept that the talks scheduled for the November break could prove to be the last roll of the dice. Should a deal fail to materialize, Liverpool would reportedly start to accept its fate regarding Konate's future. Irrespective of what happens with Konate, Liverpool is likely to sign a new centre-back next year after missing out on Guéhi a few weeks ago. Guéhi himself will be a free agent when his Crystal Palace contract expires in June, while Borussia Dortmund's Nico Schlotterbeck has also emerged as a possible option. Schlotterbeck is another player whose contract with his current club is due to expire next summer, and he has gained a reputation as one of the best defenders in the Bundesliga in recent times. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool and Premier League transfer news, updates, and expert reactions. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone. Our fifth news is Liverpool player ratings as Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk struggle in Brentford defeat. Liverpool were back to losing ways on Saturday evening, as Brentford secured a thrilling 3-2 win over Arne Slot's Reds at the Gtech Community Stadium in a crushing blow to the Reds' title race. Liverpool's Premier League campaign went from bad to worse on Saturday evening, as they suffered a 3-2 loss to Brentford. Arne Slot will have been looking to build on momentum from a 5-1 midweek thrashing of Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League. However, fate had other plans for their turn at the Gtech Community Stadium, making the long trip back from London with a fourth consecutive top-flight loss to their name. Dango Ouattara and Kevin Shade netted goals in the first half, followed by Milos Kerkez pulling one back just before half-time. However, Igor Thiago's contentious penalty after the break and Mohamed Salah's late goal couldn't prevent the Reds from a 3-2 loss. Here, Mirror Football breaks down how Slot's side performed, with a helping hand from the Liverpool Echo. Georgi Mamardashvili, 6. Unable to prevent any of the Brentford goals, Mamardashvili made a few good saves. His distribution was tested throughout the game. Connor Bradley, 6. Bradley conceded a soft throw-in leading to the opener, and his forward forays were sporadic in the first half until a low cross for Kerkez helped set up the first goal. He was later substituted. Ibrahima Konate, 5. Konate had a physical battle against Thiago and kept the Brentford forward in check, but he lost focus for the second goal and never seemed truly comfortable. Virgil van Dijk, 5. Despite some good defensive headers, Van Dijk's decision-making was questioned at times, and he was unfortunate to concede a soft penalty. Milos Kerkez, 4. Kerkez annoyed Van Dijk with his positional play in the first half and didn't pose much threat going forward until he managed to score just before halftime. His second-half performance also wasn't great. He was booked and then substituted. Dominik Szoboszlai, 7. Szoboszlai tried to push Liverpool forward in the opening quarter and put in a lot of effort, stepping up where others didn't. His assist for the second goal was good, but he was wasted at right back again. Curtis Jones, 7. Jones managed to keep possession well in tight spots, and his defensive skills were tested at times. He deserved better support from his teammates. Unfortunately, he got injured and had to be substituted. Mohamed Salah, 5. Salah lost his footing when Cody Gakpo passed him the ball and was largely absent before halftime. He had one shot blocked in the second half and clearly lacked confidence, but his excellent finish for the second goal should give him a boost. Florian Wirtz, 4. Wirtz started off well and saw a fair amount of the ball before missing a good opportunity and then fading badly, despite his unquestionable work ethic. He was substituted. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone. Our last news is Liverpool icon tells 3 Red Stars to step up after 4th straight loss. Liverpool have lost their last 4 games in the Premier League, with a defeat at Brentford seeing them drop out of the top 4 in the table for the first time this season. Former Liverpool star Steve McManaman called on Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk and Florian Wirtz to take criticism on the chin and help drag the Reds out of their current slump. The reigning Premier League champions lost a 4th straight Premier League game, falling to a 3-2 reverse at Brentford after defeats against Crystal Palace, Chelsea and Manchester United. Dango Ouattara and Kevin Shade opened up a 2-0 lead for the Bees as halftime approached, only for Milos Kerkez to pull one back in first-half stoppage time. Igor Thiago scored a third for the hosts, converting from the penalty spot after Van Dijk's foul on Ouattara was ruled to have taken place just inside the box, and Salah's late goal wasn't enough to rescue the visitors. Liverpool made a bit of a fight of it in the last 10 minutes when Mo Salah scored, McManaman said during TNT Sports coverage. At the end of the game there were a couple of little half-chances, but that's brushing over the fact that Liverpool were beaten tonight, and Liverpool are not playing well, they're just playing as individuals. They're not miles off it, but they are not playing like they did last year. They're just waiting for moments of magic at times by various people. They're not playing as a unit, they're very open and they start to panic, so the football is very chaotic. They have to get back to what they did last year, and the good part of last year, and play as a unit and play together, but it's just all hit and miss at this moment in time. Everybody's running round all over the place, they're not solid in midfield because they're trying to jam players in there, and he, Slot, has to go back, as I mentioned at halftime, to the players he really trusts, who he knows can do it. He continued, they've got home games coming up and they have to turn this around, but they had all the platitudes and all the plaudits last year when they were winning games and they were winning the league easily. Now they have to take the criticism on the chin, it's as simple as that, and they have to respond. Mo Salah needs criticism on the chin, Virgil van Dijk needs to take it, Florian Wirtz needs to take it. £100 million has been spent on him, he needs to take it, and you know what, they have to respond. McManaman's criticism of Liverpool was in stark contrast to his assessment of Brentford. Keith Andrews' side have now won back-to-back league games for the first time under their new boss, after a comfortable win at West Ham on Monday night. They've got a game plan, they stick to it, they work hard, they've got a cohesiveness together, they know what their strengths are and they play to their strengths. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.